I'm back! Woohoo! I am back! I'm alive! You wouldn't think it by my upload schedule, but here I am. I guess that I owe you guys well, not an apology, but I guess I owe you an explanation as to, first of all, where I've been for the last, basically, year. As well as what happened to previous summer's project, and yeah, a whole lot more. So when it comes to last summer's project, I had this huge vision of making this grand sort of travel video. I was kind of envisioning this like an hour of great clips and edits and exciting camera angles into one exciting to watch video that would captivate and enthrall all of you and all of that. And then I ran into problems of group driving dynamics that I've never experienced before, and that kind of threw a monkey wrench into all of my plans, certainly. The thing is, a few of the people drove quite a bit faster than some others, meaning that some of us were left playing catch up. And quite often it happened that when I'd arrived at the preordained meeting spot, the rest of them were ready to head off to the next one. So that meant quite a lot of driving, long days. I think for me personally, the longest day of driving was the first one. I think I spent about 13 or 14 hours on the bike that day, basically trying to keep up with the rest. But I knew that day would be the hardest, obviously, but I honestly thought there would be a lot more time for breaks, resting up, and in that process setting up cameras and external recorders for sound and all that kind of thing. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that past the first day, and so that kind of ruined the possibility of making a coherent narrative. I wanted to have all these shots where, like, I'd set up a camera and drive past it in a beautiful location, just to kind of have like an off-the-bike camera angle as well, because as you've seen from all the videos on this channel up to now, it's all me sitting on the bike like this with you guys strapped to my face, phrasing, and I kind of get how that wouldn't be super exciting to look at for an hour. So yeah, that was kind of my hope, my plan, and that didn't really come to pass. So I'm left with, I still did quite a bit of filming because I had this kind of quick shot option on the GoPro. Whenever I saw like a beautiful spot or something interesting along the way, I'd start filming. Problem now is I can't see any way to make the clips that I do have and how to hack that into something interesting for you guys. And believe me, I've spent hours sitting in front of the computer and trying, and I don't know, I'm a little bit disappointed. And so that kind of broke my spirits a little bit when it came to filmmaking, making YouTube videos. Then on top of that, something that I thought I would be able to include in the video as well is that the bike, as you saw from the last video that I did upload, where I had the problem in Sweden with the ECU flooding, turned out being due to moisture because of that snorkel thingamajig that was missing. That actually happened again after having the snorkels fitted and driving through heavy rain in it was on the border of Switzerland and Germany, I think, where I started losing engine power, and then I looked down and I saw the muffler glowing red. It was hot, and so I had to pull aside, and by that point we really only had the Nürburgring and the journey home left. And so, because I hate being a passenger in cars, there's nothing I find more boring in the world than being a passenger in someone else's car. I opted to fly home from there and have the Ural shipped to the closest Ural dealer, where they straightened out the ECU. They actually switched out the ECUs. Turns out there was a bad, what's it called? The gasket, I think. Is it? I think the gasket had gone bad or something. So they switched out the left one, leaving me in a situation where I don't really trust the Ural in heavy rain anymore. Because that happened once and they refused to change the right hand side. So I don't know if that one will someday just stop working for me. But I guess we'll see. That's part of life, isn't it? So I don't really know if that's something that I could have done better. How that happened, I don't know. I have some pictures from when we took it off. You can see the damage to the gasket. It looked to just have gone bad due to moisture, whatever it would be. And it was full of water by that point. So not that I'm not really surprised that it went bad when it did, because it was heavy rain. Once I got back home, and then I had this smaller operation on one of my ankles. It's a nothing dangerous, nothing really to talk about, but that kind of put me out of commission when it comes to driving for the rest of that season. And yeah, well, I guess you all know the beginning of this year, how that's been turning out. There's been this, don't know if you've heard of it, but there's sort of been this pandemic. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it because I don't really want to get into the politics of this or any other contemporary issue. I don't really run a political show here. What I can say, obviously I hope that all of you guys are keeping as safe as can be. What I can say regarding this summer is that I'll be keeping with the lessons that I learned last year. I'll keep it smaller to begin with, at least. I would one day love to do like a longer, grandiose trip, but only with me and maybe one passenger or something like that. I actually do have a trip down to Oslo planned. I actually do have a trip down to Oslo planned, where I'll meet up with a friend of mine, do a bit of filming. He knows that I want to film, so that's all set up already, so that we plan the trip according to the fact that we will be doing some filming, so that I can get back on the horse get using content as well. There's a lot of interesting road trip and sightseeing options around Oslo. So we'll see where we end up, basically. And I will be riding quite a bit more with that friend of mine that you've seen in the Field Runners video and a few others, I think. He's got a new bike this year. Looks like great fun. I'll let you see it in the next video that he's in. But suffice to say, we now make a great couple whenever we ride, turning loads of heads, and it's a lot of fun. The bike seems to be running quite well again. So this is all of this is the hospital area in Trondheim. All kinds of different sections and places, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of people out. We've relaxed the stay-at-home orders a while ago. And I wanted to detail a few modifications that I've made for this year on the bike as well. I've changed out the light bulb to a Philips, I can't really remember the name right now, but you'll see the picture on the screen. It's a lot whiter, brighter, at least it feels a lot better. It feels like I can see a lot better in the dark. I've also changed the seat. When I dropped by the Ural dealer in Sweden, I got to try out one of the bench seats for the Ural. Found it quite comfortable at the time, so I opted to order one, and I've fitted it on here. It's quite... so far it's comfortable. I haven't really done a whole lot of riding yet, seeing as I've been sheltering in place. But yeah, it's quite comfortable so far. We'll see how that turns out later in the year. So I want to ask you, those of you that are more mechanically inclined than I am, after the bike was dropped off at the Ural dealership in Switzerland, I noticed that they've decreased the idle speed of the bike again. Right now it's idling at 1050-ish, right? 1050 RPM. The way that I've always learned it should be. When I got it back from the dealership, as well as when I got it delivered originally, so two different Ural dealers, it wouldn't charge while idling, and it would choke, basically just sitting still, even after running the engine hot. I can't for the life of me get why. Does it have something to do with like elevation differences or anything like that? Please let me know. I'm genuinely curious. Not that it would, I mean, it wouldn't make a difference in how I ride or anything, but I want to learn. Teach me stuff. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to upload this video quickly just to let you know that I'm fine. I hope that you're doing fine. I hope that you're staying safe, both when it comes to pandemics and protests. I've decided to officially drop last year's project and focus on this year instead. There's nothing I can do with that project. I've tried. I give up on that. I'm sorry. I really wanted to give you something there, but I can't make something out of it when I have nothing to work with. There's not enough there. So I'm dropping that. Just want to let you know that. I'm back. I'll try to upload videos a lot more regularly now. I want to thank all of you that have stayed with me. This is not an Oscar speech, but I really thank you to those of you that have stayed with me, that haven't left the channel, and thank you to those of you that have joined for some reason, even though you've seen that I haven't uploaded for a year. Thank you. I'll be back. You'll see more of me in the time to come. I hope that despite everything, you've had a good spring and start of the summer. Let me know what your plans are. What is life like currently? Good and bad. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. This is an unprecedented situation, at least for my generation. Never seen anything like this. Never experienced anything like this, and yeah, I'm trying to get a handle on how this will shape our new normal, as they say. For those of you in the States, are you able to travel across state borders? Is that even possible? Or will you have to do the whole stay in your backyard, camp in your backyard, that kind of thing? Let me know. And again, stay safe. I'll see you later.